You are welcome to Streams of Living Waters with Evangelist Light Aurea Yusifo.
Somebody you cannot predict, you want to hear from that kind of person. From a spiritual being. You can't predict God. My ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts. What you are thinking is different from what he's thinking. So if you want to hear from God, you must be ready to hear from God, and you must be ready to carry out what you hear. Because it's better not to hear than to hear and not do. How this the Lord speak to me? If he speaks to you, can you stand? Abraham, take thy son, sacrifice. Is that not God, the voice of God? Does it sound nice to you? That's why you must hear from God. Lord, where am I going to? You must hear. You must understand in details. If all Abraham heard was, arise, take thy son Isaac, thy only son, kill him. If that was all he heard, Isaac would have died. He was hearing God. He was following God. Specific instructions. The instruction of yesterday might be different from today. Might be different. Not always different, but might be different. Take Isaac up to the mountain. Kill him. Instruction. Oh yeah, let's go. If he disconnected from God and ran with the last thing he heard, Isaac would have died. God has said, stop. You need to hear the current thing that God is saying. You see why we are struggling sometimes? You want to hear from God. The last time you heard from God, what did you do with it? God said, arise, go to this place. You didn't go because he did not favor you. You want to hear another one. The last one you heard, did you apply it? Does not sound nice. Jonah, arise, go to Nineveh. That was not conducive for him. But that was the voice of God. You want the voice of God to say, my son, the cars are waiting for you. The God does not speak like that all the time. The cars are waiting for you. Lord, I heard the voice of the Lord and he said my doors are open. God can tell you that, son, you arise. That door that you are going, I'm closing it so that you don't enter. That can be the voice of God. If you want to follow God, follow God. If you want to follow God, rest. Rest. All this I want to hear from God, to hear from you. Hear from God, you not pick what you like inside and do the one you like. It will not help us. You understand what I'm saying? It will not help us. Go and look at people that heard from God. He said, leave boat, leave fish. Follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. You want to hear from Jesus? He appears in your office now and say, this oil work, don't go. You go to the embassy and they give you a Canadian visa with your family. In fact, that's what you've been dreaming for all these years. And the Lord appeared to you and said, my son, my lovely son, the voice of God that you have been waiting to hear. Don't travel to Canada. It's not good for you. You say a devil has spoken. Yes, now, because that's not what you want to hear. Do you really want to hear from God? God is speaking. Do the one that you know is saying. You know what he's saying. The last time you saw that guy suffering, he said, clothe that guy. You do as if you didn't hear. That will not concern you. You know work. Then you are waiting for him to not tell you how you become the local government chairman of your place or become the governor of your state. That's what you want to hear from God. When Joseph interpreted dream, the two were not favorable. He said, you will be reinstated. They will remove your head. Is it not the dream that they had? God is speaking. But guess what? No matter what God says, I know the thoughts I have towards you. They are thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Every instruction of God might look difficult now, but the end is glorious. God is not interested in now. He's not interested in the now, but he's interested in the end. He didn't say, I know the thoughts I have towards you, to give you happiness tomorrow. No, to give you an expected end. For the end of it all is better than the beginning. If you want to follow God, follow this God. Let's not be confusing ourselves. You want to hear God? You want to hear God? It's easy to hear God. The reason you are not hearing God is because the last time he spoke, you didn't do anything with it. You see? The first time Paul heard Jesus, he said, and I heard a voice. Paul, he said, who art thou, Lord? It is I, Jesus, whom you persecute. Jesus even told Ananias, He said, I will show him what he must suffer for me. The instruction, the assignment might look like suffering. But at the end of the day, Paul was happy. He was excited. He said, if our hope were to be of this world, would have been of all men most miserable. He said, our hope is Christ. He said, to live is Christ, to die is gain. This was the man that Jesus said, you must suffer for me. In the suffering of Jesus, there's pleasure. He said, take my yoke upon you. My yoke is easy. It's yoke, but my own is easy. My instruction is difficult, but it's sweet. When you follow that instruction, follow it without complaining. At the end of the day, you find out that what you are looking for is in the instruction of God that did not look palatable, but you followed. So let us hear God and hearken to the voice of the Lord. It may not sound pleasant, but know, my thoughts towards you are thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end.